Back out on the river today. It's February 2nd. Rainy, misty actually, cloudy. Groundhog Day. I'm gonna go up to the southern wilderness today. They put in some nice fish yesterday. See if I can find them. First, I'm gonna go in here to Scotty's and give me some breakfast. It's a good place to put in your GPS if you're trying to find the public hunting and fishing area. It sits right outside the entrance. Maybe about like a quarter mile. It's a good spot to stop, get any last minute needs, flies, tippet, bait, lures. Got rods and nets, odds and ends for groceries and camping supplies, food. Usually hit it up before I go onto the river and get my belly full. Take care. I'm approaching the first of the camping areas. Got some pit toilets here on the left. Here on the right is the road down to the Area 1 campground. But I'm gonna go straight here. This is the main parking lot. If you keep going straight right here, you'll approach Hughes Crossings, and that goes across the river over to Campground Area 3. Hang a left by this big parking lot, and this road takes you to Campground Area 2, as well as the Southern Wilderness Walk-In, which that area will be where my video is today. That's where I'm heading. I'll probably do a separate video about the campground areas later on. Might come camping up here in a couple weekends. I make that video then. Just up here for the day, and haven't fished much of the southern wilderness this year. I think I've been up there once. So I want to do that because it's a fun place to go. Lots of places to fish. They stock it. Many locations up and down the path. Path is mostly along the river, so you can fish and walk and fish and walk. Unlike the catch and release, the way I go with the catch and release, you gotta walk a ways before you can fish. Here you can be fishing within minutes. So here is the turn to the southern wilderness. Straight takes you to Campground 2. Dead ends at the campground. Big, nice campground. Beautiful fishing hole right off the campground. Left, west, up this gravel hill. Takes you to the parking lot for the walk-in area. Like dirt in the video, but it's decomposed granite. Been up here, and it's really muddy and not many problems, just some puddles. Doesn't really get slick or anything, unless of course it's ice or snow, then it will. Pretty decent pothole right here. For the most part, most vehicles can make it up here with no problems. Here's the parking lot. A few cars in the parking lot. Oh, quite a few cars in the parking lot. but it's a big area. There's the entrance to the walk-in. So I'm gonna fish it anyways. I'm gonna gear up, and I'll be back. All right, geared up, heading to the river, approaching the metal gate. Marks the entrance. Call this the Southern Wilderness. It's part of the Carl R. and Ruth Walker Landrum Wilderness area. Once again, they do allow pedaled bicycles back here, human powered. Same rules apply to the rest of the river. As well as prohibited. This is a no camping area, walk in only. There's a little section here inside the gate to get through. This path is gonna take you down a hill to the first fishing hole. It's where there's actually a spring that comes up in the river down here called Desperado Springs. There's a couple ways different people approach this. Some people have a certain spot in mind. They walk straight back to it, start fishing. Sometimes you might want to start fishing at the bottom, and fish your way to the top, and fish your way back, or just walk straight back. I think my plan today, I'm gonna walk all the way to the back, then fish my way back towards the parking lot. I've only been walking about 3 minutes, maybe. Coming to the first Y in the path. If you go right, see the trash can down there, and that is the Desperado Springs area. It's a good fishing hole. This side of the river is mainly for easier accessible for fly or bank fishermen with spinning rods. So again, we have another trash box. Take a bag with you, fill it up. But I'm gonna go left this way. Keep following this well-defined path upriver. I can already hear the river. It's just a couple hundred yards, maybe 150 yards, 200 yards to my right, which would be to my east. So you can start down there at the trash can and work your way up river if you'd like. Like I said, I'm gonna keep walking, get to the back, and fish my way back out. We got a couple divergents here. Just follow the well-worn path. And another Y. We'll stay to the right. One more defined path. Keep working my way up. Little creek crossing here. River's just hop, skip, and a jump over there. This from the first trash can up through this area. There's not a whole lot of stocking points. You may throw a few fish here and there off the side where you see paths and areas that are kind of beaten down where you can tell there's been traffic. The river through here has a lot of braids, a lot of falls. This time of year, there should be fish pretty scattered out through there. We have had a high water event, so the river has come up. About a month ago, it came up pretty good, and the fish were able to disperse out of the stocking locations with all the falls and braids that this river has when it's low all season and doesn't have that high water event, fish get pretty stuck into their areas where they were stocked. At this point, coming back up a hill, coming into a pretty cool boulder field. Yeah, and I'll be back. The top of this hill is one of my favorite rocks on the river. It looks like a skull. Just think it's cool. Then go back down, start coming to long stretch. It runs right alongside the river. Multiple stocking locations. Now right alongside the river, see there's a little path down right there. Not positive, never seen them do it, but pretty much assume anywhere you see a little worn down path like that, they've probably thrown some fish in it. They'll take nets, places where they can't get the truck backed up to, throw some net pulls out. I'll also show you the for sure stocking locations, which are going to be anywhere you see a trash can. We saw a trash can back there at Desperado Springs. That's for sure a stocking location. See them coming up. Another trash can up here. That's an area they've definitely stocked with fish. Every time they post that they have stocked the entire river. Unless I've missed a trash can. I call this trash can 2. Trash can 1 being back at Desperado Springs. Kind of gives me a way to talking to people know what area I'm actually talking about. Some good fishing out there. There's a guy fishing above the falls. I'm gonna keep going. Coming up on trash can 3. Like I said, always, this is a trash can that I haven't seen, in between 1 and 2, where you go around the boulder field and back down to the river. I always call that first trash can I come to trash can 2. Trash can 1 being down by Desperado Springs. Some guys back there fishing the tail end of this. Another good fishing spot. Another trash can 3. Just right around the corner from trash can 3, another trash can. Another area you can see is worn down. Trash can 4. Pretty decent hike between last trash can 4 and this trash can 5. Pretty slow, deep stretch through here. I'm gonna keep moving on upriver. Still walking. About 25 minutes into my walk. Still between trash cans 5 and 6. Coming to an area known as the boulders. You can see lots of boulders out in the river through here. It also means that I'm getting close to the top. Walk up here to this corner, give you another view of the boulders. I'll definitely be fishing this area on my way back. Past several people. Hopefully the top isn't too too congested, but even though the parking lot was full, there's plenty of places I could have stopped and fished if I wanted to. This is the top of the boulders. We just saw a rise right out there. I'm gonna keep walking. I stopped here north of the boulders. There is a lot of fish just rising like crazy down through here. There's a gentleman down here fishing for them. I'm gonna keep moving on and get up to the top. Just wanted to show you all these rises. Alright, coming to the top. See the 6 trash can, set of falls. The walk-in, Landrum Walker walk-in area does continue north of here, but I believe, unless I'm mistaken, from this point on, the riverbank turns into private property for a short stretch. So the rest of the area north in here is accessed by the Highway 7 bridge and walking downstream. I'm gonna rig up my rod. I think I'm gonna change the flies that are already on it. And where I was planning on fishing, there's a lot of people there, so I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna hit this hole, not get in people's way. You can see the fishermen across river. It has one of the better spots up here. You access it by going across these falls, around that pool back there, across that other set of falls, and onto the far bank and down. Probably just see if I can get in some from this side, or maybe the top of these falls, get down and get into some fish. Guy's got one on right there, so I'm gonna get after them. First decent fish of the day. Caught a couple smaller ones. Fishing on the opposite side of the river than what I usually do. Guys on the other side, they're hammering them pretty good. Yeah, take this dude out. There you go. Alright, I was fishing over there where you first walked down. Now there's a little rock out there you can get out on, but it's really hard to get to that bubble line with the fly rod. Could almost get there, not quite. Caught 4 or 5. And the spot where I'm at now opened up. I walked the falls, came straight down. Now I'm fishing this chute coming out of those other falls, other side of that down tree. Trout are stacked up right here. I've caught, I don't know, double digits and probably just as many casts. Guys still lying down the sandbar. They are doing very well as well. Shannon Olson down there, and he caught one that was probably close to 18 inches a minute ago. Very nice fish. They definitely put some bigger fish in. Still catching some small ones, but with the nice one mixed in here and there. I'm gonna fish here a little bit longer before I start working my way back to the truck. Alright, been catching fish. Catching a lot of fish. A lot of small fish. A lot of decent fish mixed in. This is the biggest of the day. Haven't moved spots yet. I'm still here at the top of the southern walk-in. I did go down there and fish by those guys for a little bit. Caught fish. Moved back up here. Got into this girl. Probably a 18-inch fish. 17, 18, something like that. She put up a good fight, so she's kind of tired. A little reviving. Okay, we're heading upstream. There she goes. Alright, first stop was a success. Even though there was quite a few people up here when I got here, I was able to work around, find places to fish, find places to get into them, have fun. Met Shannon Olson, known him from Facebook, some of the fishing groups, but never met him, so that was nice. Being able to finally meet him, watch him catch a really nice fish, watch him and the guys with him catch a lot of fish. Everybody that was up there was getting into them. So after the first stop, my takeaway is they definitely put bigger fish in the river. Still a lot of small ones also, but sure is nice to be able to have the chance of hooking into 18-incher. So that's a bonus. Looked like I saw some guys down here in the next spot. Looked like they might have moved on, so I'm gonna work my way down there. See if I can get into them at the boulders. Be back. I'm here at the boulders. Came in over there. Gingerly made my way across the boulder field. I'm fishing on the far bank. You can see there's a channel right out here between the boulder I'm standing on and the bank where the fish like to hang. This isn't the only spot they hang in here. It's one of my favorite spots to slowly drift my indicator. There we go. Oh, that might be a decent one. Got 3 so far right here. Nothing of any size. I'm about to lose this fish. Too much slack. I'll be back. There is fish all through these holes. A lot of time I'll take my Euro rod and go down through there, dredging the deep holes between the rocks. I'm gonna get this fish in. Alright, I'm moving back downriver, making my way across this boulder field in the river. As you can see, ground is very uneven in this section. The walking stick would be a smart idea. I'm wearing my studded boots. Do not have a walking stick. But I'm not the smartest guy either. Didn't stay here long. Caught a half a dozen or so fish out of that one hole. Did not bring my Euro rod, so I didn't go bouncing around Euro nymphing all the different holes. Lots of fish rising between here and the last spot I was at, which is just right upstream, right at the edge of the camera view. It's deep and slow through there. Lots of spin fishermen hit it up from the bank. I'm gonna work my way down and go down to the next spot I like. Alright, so as I was leaving the boulders, saw this little run here that I've never fished before. And it's one of the middle braids right below the boulders. The boulders are right up there. It just looked fishy and I want to do some exploring. And it's got fish. Just goes to show you, after these high water events, these fish get everywhere. Oh, I missed him. Just slid off the bank here. Got a little egg on with a mini Oro. Mini Oro does hold up 3.5mm tungsten egg. Picked me up these mini Oros this morning when I was at Scotty's. Oh, set that hook way too hard. Got me a tree pounder. There it is. Another little fish out of the same hole, but I'm going to show y'all something here. This poor guy has got fishing line hanging out of his mouth. Either been broke off, somebody hook is way down in his stomach. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my nippers and just nip that fishing line as far down there as I can. Hopefully the hook will rust out and he'll get to survive till somebody else catches him and keeps him, or it gets too hot. That's what you want to do if you're catching and releasing and you come across a fish and that swallowed somebody else's bait and has fishing line hanging out. Just cut it as short as you can down inside of its mouth so he doesn't get hung up and has a better chance continuing on with his life. Even though here we're not going to live through this summer, it gets too hot, but still going to do it. Alright, well, I caught 12 out of this little hole right here. One down the bank right over there. A little roll cast up into where these two waterfalls converge. Before they caught on to me. Probably could have switched flies and kept going, but it's getting to be about 3 o'clock. Storms are supposed to be coming in this afternoon, and I don't have a good enough signal to check my radar. So I'm gonna call my buddy, because I do have good enough signal to make telephone calls and text messages go through up here. Every once in a while I can get online, Facebook Messenger, etc. But not today. Also, the catch and release area, forgot to mention in that video, signal is usually better up there. Usually able to call, text, get online. Sometimes I can't get online, but most of the time I can up there. I've got AT&T, so that's also good to know. If you come up in these areas, most of the time you're gonna have better cell signal than you do down in the campgrounds. Down in the campgrounds, it's bad, spotty at best. Most of the time, zero signal. There are a few areas that you can get to, and every once in a while you have a text message pop up as you're walking or whatnot. So I'm gonna call my buddy, and he's actually got a YouTube channel also, Riverbanks Outdoors. Go check his video out. He's got a lot of fishing, a lot of outdoor survival. Makes a lot better videos than I do. Got him a GoPro net mount for his GoPro. Got him a drone recently. Did a cool video when the blue was almost completely frozen over a couple of weeks ago, and we had a really cold spell. Go give him a check, like and subscribe. I'll be back. Alright, so I fished my
way down from the top, past the boulders, back down trash can 3 and 4. They're close together. The river's loaded. This is a great place if you want to get away from people, go explore. The top was crowded with people. That's where most of the fish were. But it's a big area, plenty of space for everybody. Then as I made my way down, I just kind of went exploring through popping back and forth through little holes. A lot I'd never fished before. Got fish out of all of them. What's awesome, once the river gets some hot water, fish spread out and are all through this area. Last time to walk back up this hill I walked in on. Pretty steep hill. Especially after a long day of fishing. Almost back to the car. Well, another successful day on the river. Caught a lot of fish. Back at the car, out of my gear. About to head home. I'll take it easy. Thanks for watching.